My name is Alexa Demakos. I am full-time in the English department, and I'm also ePortfolio co-coordinator along with Brittany Applin, who will sign on in just a sec. We wanted to give the committee an update about ePortfolios and our work on campus. Daleen has titled this slide, and I think we all agree, this is Folio Thinking. So we wanted to take a much more sort of holistic and broad approach to ePortfolios. It's not just a thing, an ePortfolio, but it's a mindset, right? It's a way of looking at ePortfolios and the concept of engaging and assessing and reflecting. So over winter break, Brittany and I and our team, which consists of Evie Wilson and our PebblePad implementation specialist, Melissa Peary-Cross, we worked with faculty to integrate PebblePad in their courses. We worked with specific faculty, not only for classes, but also for programs. So these particular faculty members reached out to us and were interested in using PebblePad specifically, which is the platform that we have adopted as a campus to incorporate this concept of folio thinking and specifically ePortfolios into their courses. We've also had faculty include PebblePad in their programs and in their professional development. So Brittany, I know you just joined us, but do you want to talk a little bit about the program level assessment for ASL?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was doing carpools and picking kids up. So yeah, we're really excited to use this to look at learning over time and look at our assessment of student learning outcomes. So in the ASL department, what we're hoping and rolling out this semester is going to be a portfolio that's going to cover the students' work from right now, just this year of the cohort. So we have 14 students that started in the fall. We lost a few over break in terms of continuing with the program right now because of the pandemic. But those students have been tracking their work and matching to student learning outcomes, identifying, reflecting, really engaging with the material in the class and putting all of that into a PebblePad portfolio. So this semester, what's going to happen is they're going to have a full portfolio that they'll be able to take work, video samples of sign language work, their reflections, different assignments that they've had to complete, and they're going to be putting those into basically a portfolio that's going to have every class linked with every learning outcome and then a sample of that work. So it's really exciting to see the students identifying that. I don't know if Nicole is in this meeting, but Nicole said years ago in an SLO meeting that wouldn't it be amazing if students took ownership of the learning outcomes? And I think that would be the most fantastic thing that we could see students do, to see them say, you know what, I did engage and I did learn this component and this highlights my critical thinking skills. And this is an example of me using these critical thinking skills. So I think it has real world purpose when it comes to them engaging in their education and reflecting on that. It helps us from an assessment point of view because we're able to show that we are meeting student learning outcomes and the students are actually identifying that they're meeting those outcomes. And then on the flip side, when they graduate, they're able to go out into the workforce and they have these beautiful portfolios and examples of their work. So I think it hits every level of what we want students to get when they're with us at COC, but then it also is this gift that we give them that they can take with them into their careers.
And we had faculty who also expressed, in different departments, expressed how wonderful it would be if they could create sort of an ePortfolio in PebblePad for their entire department to use for program assessment. You know, so those conversations are happening. People are getting very interested, and we are working with faculty to first kind of help them sort of, you know, talk about what they envision, what they want, what they're doing already in their classes, what they're doing in their programs, and how PebblePad can help support them and their students in their reflections, in their engagement, in their assessments over time. So Brittany and I are working really hard with faculty and meeting with them. And we also are working to assess some curriculum for non-credit courses. We're going to meet with Garrett and with Diane to talk about non-credit courses. Specifically, we'd like to title it Folio Thinking, Engagement, and Reflections. We'd like to have a certificate attached to it. And so faculty could sign up for these non-credit classes if they wish, and could learn more about the Folio Thinking process and put it into action using PebblePad. So those are some of the conversations and the work that we did over winter break. In the spring, we are definitely, going forward, and we want to finalize that curriculum for those non-credit courses. We want to integrate Folio Thinking and PebblePads with Canyon Promise, excuse me. And we've spoken with Daylene and with Jasmine, and we're really excited to work with Canyon. And oh, sorry, there's some feedback. Hopefully there's no more feedback. We want to work with Canyon's Promise to see how we can get students in the program access to more access to PebblePad and become aware of it and how they can use it throughout their college experience. And it would be wonderful if they could create e-portfolio pages for every class that they're taking, and they can think about their SLOs and how they connect to their student learning, and they can reflect on their entire journey at COC and beyond. And we also want to continue to work with ASG and support student engagement. So we're really focused on non-credit courses and connecting with students more this semester with PebblePad. And Brittany, is there anything you'd like to add or anything?
Just if we have time, I would love to show you what kind of a program level portfolio looks like, if that's okay. Do we have a moment for that?
Yes, we can do that.
I'm sorry?
You should be able to.
Does that work? Okay. There we go. Okay, so let me show you this one. This is a student from our interpreter training program who only started using it in the final semester. So in preview mode, this is what it would look like as a website, right? So she went in and she created all these links. So this was her portfolio of all the various things that she's done in her fingerspelling class. Then this is her QUI internship. So she has her workplace project is in here with her SMART targets. She's taken everything that we submit through QUI and placed it here so that it can be shared with employers. She has her self-growth that she's gone through. She posts videos. These are all the different reflections that she's done. So she used templates within PebblePad to dive in and fill out the hours that she had completed. She talks about her aim, her situation, and then reflects throughout that process as well. And then over here, she has her 2021 courses that she took, where she has her portfolio. She puts the different events that she's attended. And then she has a summary of everything that she did for professional development, which is a requirement in one of our classes. And then I have them start their semester with a goal, and then they end it reflecting upon that. So this was her beginning and end of semester goals and how she was able to complete those. And then she has student samples in here of her sign language work. And then here she has her whole first year stuff that we did in our first semester of the program. So I think it's kind of neat to see the way that they can integrate their coursework across the board. And then this is just one that took every assignment that I give in the Rec 103 class. It's Recreation in the Natural Environment. So every assignment that they do, they complete a PebblePad portfolio page for it. So from a learning perspective, they really engage with the material a lot more when it's not just a written text that they give to me on a piece of paper or submit to Canvas, and then I just read text. So they're finding images, they're finding things that relate to them. They're putting beautiful quotes in here. This student has, this is a huge page that she created about her family. And then she has every assignment that we did in the class documented in here. She embeds all of the links. So when I'm reading it and I want to read a little bit more about the article, I can click right here and it brings me right to her source. So it makes it more interactive for me on the faculty side. I think it's more engaging for the students. And again, it allows them to reflect in this learning process all the way through. Sorry, I ran through those quickly, but I know we're short on time. So yeah, please reach out to us if you're interested in implementing this. It's a very exciting process for us when we do an implementation. So you reach out to Alexa and I, we will meet with you and Melissa, our public health representative, and Avise Wilson, and we'll look at what your goals are, whether it's looking at student learning outcomes, getting your students engaged, finding a way for them to reflect on their work, whatever that is for a program or a department. We take that and then we can build all the templates out for you. So that's been a beautiful process that we've done with math, which is assessing student learning outcomes in math classes with Violetta. We're doing it with animation. I'm not sure, I came in a little late, so I don't know how much Alexa shared, but it's really been exciting to work with a variety of disciplines and see the way that Folio Thinking can really change the student experience. So yeah, we ask you to reach out to us because we'd love to build something for you or show you how to build it if you want to do it on your own.
Great. Thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Alexa, for being here, for sharing that. And again, reach out to them. It's really impressive, the work that's been done, and having watched the history of this grow